Hello one, hello all. My name is Mitsuda Madoy. I am a forensic scientist from the world of mysteries. And this is the Closer Game of the Year edition. A game about baseball. A sport I basically never watch, so much like a pop fly, I expect there are going to be a lot of bits of this game that go right the hell over my head. For example, I don't even know if that joke I just told made any sense whatsoever the heck ever. You know what? This is the world we live in sometimes. Is that audio issues coming through for you all, or is just an issue with my speakers? If it turns out they're going to be throwing audio issues at me after I've been sitting here for 5 minutes waiting to start the game in the first place, I am going to be very cross. I don't very much mind telling y'all. How do the audio levels look? As soon as I go to check, it immediately stops. Sure, I see how it is. Well, the stream is getting off to an absolutely fantastic start, I'm sure we'll all agree. You know what, I'm tired of waiting. If none of you are gonna complain, it's your own goddamn fault what happens next. Let's start the stupid game already. I'm sure it'll explain itself better than I could. Game by Redbird Menace, our Lord and Savior. Praise the birds! All characters and events depicted in the Closer Game of the Year edition are fictional. Completely fictional, except for Margaret Thatcher. You think a character is based on Margaret Thatcher, that character is absolutely supposed to be based on Margaret Thatcher. Okay. Everybody got that? Good. Not playing an RPG Maker game with an Xbox 360 controller. What in the name of all that is holy is wrong with you? Holy shit, baseball. Why are you so noisy? 162 games, 3 playoff series, it all comes down to this. Top of the 9th, Game 6 of the World Series. Do not question why there is a dog here in the booth with me. New York leads the series 3-2, the game 2-1. Starting pitcher went deep in this one, nearly finishing what he started. After retiring the first 2 batters in the 9th, he walked the next, and out came the manager. No surprise there. You gotta think this one's almost over. The bad guys bring the lead run to the plate, but he ain't gonna be facing an easy task, no sir. 1 out away from the World Series trophy, it's no surprise who the manager turns to here. He's bringing in the Closer. Game of the Year edition. Closer and Rookie of the Year candidate, if you ask me. What a fantastic pitcher. I've never seen a reliever like him before. This boy is fantastic. He is amazing. He is... You can't remember his name, can you? No. You think he should be Rookie of the Year and you can't remember his name. This is why no one takes your analysis seriously. Well, if you're so gosh damn smart, what is his name? His name, huh? Let's go with Erdrick. Oh, reason in particular? His name is Erdrick. Do you even watch baseball? Of course I watch baseball. What are we watching right now? Erdrick is one of the best young pitchers in the game right now. Well, you're right about that much. In the regular season, Edric had 80 strikeouts and only 57.1 innings and a sterling 181 ERA. Called up in May and named the team's closer in mid-June. He was 25 for 25 in save opportunities. Looks like he's done warming up. Took his sweet-ass time, let me tell you. Alright. All we gotta do is throw the ball at the man. Edric won't have it easy. He'll face one of the best hitters in the National League, Carlos Rodriguez. They call Rodriguez the Machine, presumably because he does not actually require oxygen to live. Truly, we are up against a menacing opponent. I don't think that's true. You don't need to eat or drink, but it's fueled by pure, clean American natural gas, pumped from the heart of Appalachia. Again, I don't think any of that is true, or even said by anyone other than yourself. Look at it, I've got it right here up on Wikipedia. You mean Wikipedia? What's Wikipedia? It's the real internet encyclopedia. You know the Wikipedia is exclusively about Star Wars, right? What's Star Wars? You know, you might be better off not knowing. It's a movie and books and video games. What's important is that it's a fictional universe. None of it is real, unlike baseball, which is completely serious. Hold on there, boy. I know folks who fought in the Mandalorian War. You try telling the grateful people of South Korea that... let's just move on. Edric versus Rodriguez. This is what playoff baseball is all about. Matchups like these. Edric has a killer slider. I mean, I actually think he could murder a left-handed batter with it actually moita. Rodriguez is, of course, a right-handed hitter, so he should be a bit better off against Edric. This season, lefties only managed to hit 220, 230, 3386 to get Edric. Right-handers put up a more respectable 232, 271, 413. Hike. There still ain't numbers that make it worth calling home the cows for an evening milking. Don't say evening milking. Indeed, Edric can still control right-handers with an excellent fastball and use the slider to keep from sitting on the hard heat. Don't say sitting on the hard heat. Just one out left and Edric will try to close out this final game for New York. That ain't gonna be enough. It's like General Douglas MacArthur said, do or do not. There is no try. That was Yoda from Star Wars. Quit it with the liberal historical revisionism. I ain't gonna apologize for my country or its history. Oh lord. Fortunately, it looks like Edric is ready to throw his first pitch. This is it, folks. New York is 1 out away from the World Championship. Get up on your feet and get ready to cheer. Edric goes into the stretch. Carlos Rodriguez emerged. How terrifying. Alright. Let's play ball. We cannot use items during a baseball match. This is unfair. Yeah, well, let's start us off with the fastball. Eat this. Strike one. Strike two. Tossing a slider just to mix things up. Edric hangs a slider. Oh my, that is going a long, long way. Rodriguez just demolished that pitch. Damn you, slider. I know you'd betray me in the end somehow. That has silenced the crowd here in New York. And apparently silenced my broadcast partner as well. Thank God. With that, New York no longer has the lead, and this entire series has been turned around. Jades of Texas against St. Louis in 2011 here. New York was one strike away from a championship. You can't help but wonder how this affects a young closer like Erdrick. I'll never forget the moment it all came to an end. First thing I noticed was the silence. 1 minute the crowd was ecstatic. They were on their feet. They were cheering my name. A moment later I could hear the pounding of my heart deep in my chest. I didn't have to see where the ball landed. The silence told me all I needed to know. With a single pitch, I turned a 2-1 lead into a 3-2 deficit. Game was over. That was pretty short, but I thought it was a pretty fun game, all things considered. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be seeing you all later. Of course, the game wasn't really over. It was on the top of the 9th. My teammates had a chance to erase my mistake. With a little luck, they could even put us back on top. They could make everyone forget what I had done. They didn't. Robertson, the center fielder, was up first. He tapped the ball back to the mound. 1 out. Next was Vasquez, the first baseman. He led the American League in RBIs, but there was no one for him to drive in. He popped out to right field. Finally, there was Jones, the catcher. The beat writers like to say that he was clutch, that he came through in the toughest of times. He didn't. Just like that, the game was over. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to drink until I forget all about what had happened. Tomorrow was another game. Tomorrow was another chance. If only it was that simple. And to go to the locker room. And to shower and change out of my uniform. And to look my teammates in the eyes. And to face up to what I'd done. But I'd failed to do. My name is Erdrick. I am the closer for New York. You can tell it's New York because there is just pizza right there in the locker room. Nothing on us, not even a baseball bat. We know how to throw fastballs and sliders. I think a professional would know more than that. Gave up a home run to lose Game 6 of the World Series. That's our entire persona now, and we have no pants on. Great. Can I have that pizza? Gotta stuff my face with pizza. It's the only thing that keeps the pain away. Delicious pizza. Honestly, incredibly relatable. What's over here? The team motto, kiss the rings. Doesn't seem as amusing as it did before Game 6. Man, we really beansed it, didn't we? One strike away. You were one strike away. Yes, I know, I was there at the time. Okay, the fact that this also... There's no way I can remap the controls, is there? That's gonna be obnoxious. That was the worst slide I've ever seen you throw. You didn't just serve that up there, did you? I mean, maybe I did. You can't prove anything. I don't want to talk to you right now, Erdrick. It's funny, I don't want to talk to me either. Television is showing highlights from Gamma 6. I don't want to watch this. Your hair is silver, that's funny somehow. I have a clause in my contract that pays me $100,000 for winning the World Series. Thanks for that out there. Oh, you're welcome. Oh. Uh-oh, you were being sarcastic, weren't you? Don't be too hard on yourself. It's not like it was the World Series or something. Oh, wait, it was. Motivation, an intangible sense of desire, usually provided by posters featuring high-contrast landscape photography. Man, you can tell this game is old because it features a joke about motivational posters. Hey, Erdrick, I wouldn't go in there. Coach is mad. This is Moose. He's the pitching coach for New York. He used to be a pitcher himself. One of the best. He threw a rare pitch called a knuckle curve. Alright, I'm just gonna say it, that sounds like a sex act. The name makes it sound like a hybrid of a curveball and a knuckleball, but that's not quite right. It's more of a variation on the curve. It's not what made him a special pitcher, though. He was able to make lightning-quick adjustments, changing his approach between at-bats and even individual pitches to the same batter. Moose never won a World Series as a pitcher. Everyone on the staff wanted to bring this one home for him. I'm real sorry, Moose. I feel shitty about what happened tonight. You threw a bad pitch, it happens. We were one strike away. I was one strike away from a perfect game once, but you've heard of that story. My god, it's like poetry, it rhymes. Every day. We hear that story every day. Carl Everett. Carl fucking Everett. Do you know he doesn't even believe in dinosaurs? That's okay, I'm sure dinosaurs still believe in him. Who the fuck doesn't believe in dinosaurs? The fossil record is right there. So you're not mad at me, or at least you're still more mad at Carl Everett? There are members of my family you could have killed tonight and I would still be more mad at Carl Everett. Thanks, I guess. Still, there's some things we need to talk about. That was a really bad pitch. Gee, I'm sorry. I thought it would be clever. I don't know what happened. I don't think I threw it any differently. You didn't. And that's the problem. What do you mean? If my mechanics are fine and I didn't throw my slider wrong, wasn't this just a fluke? Everything will be better tomorrow. Especially if I don't have to face the machine. It's not that simple, Erdrick. You ever heard of the Enigma machine? No, can't say that I have. Prior to and during World War II, Nazi Germany used devices known as Enigma machines to encode and decode secret messages. This is totally relevant to baseball, I swear. Either that or he's trying to explain how his stand works. For the time, these were complex machines. I can't decide if I have a New York accent or not. Decipher wasn't applied directly to the input to encode messages, or directly to the code to interpret it. Instead, the cipher was the settings for the machine, which would do the hard work of changing the message into code and vice versa. Without a machine tuned to the same settings, it was thought to be impossible to decipher the code. However, early in the war, the Enigma machine was cracked. The British built off the efforts of the Polish resistance during the occupation. The Enigma was essentially useless by the time the United States entered the war. The Allies were able to easily analyze intel that prior to cracking the code was completely unreadable. What does this have to do with my slider? By the middle of the war, the problem wasn't with the Enigma machine. It was still an amazing piece of technology and a marvel of cryptography. The problem was that the British had the cipher. They figured out your slider, Erdrick. They can see when it's coming, they can see where it's headed, and they know how to hit it. Just like that? Not fast? Yeah, it's called pattern recognition. Look it up sometime, jackass. They cracked the code. It's bound to happen. Your slider is something of a trick pitch. You've managed a good few months off the fact that no one knew how to read it. There's nothing wrong with that. Those few months helped us get here. Without your work in the regular season, New York wouldn't even be in the playoffs. And you dominated the ALCS. Now the hitters have figured out your slider. Now it's nothing but a meatball. I don't think that's regulation. Edric has lost the pitch slider. Edric has gained the pitch meatball. Man, that's a spicy meatball. What? This is bullshit. Hey, don't yell at me. Trust me, if it were up to me, you would have at least thrown one more slider before this had to happen. Sure would have been nice to get that last strikeout from you. So, what, does this mean my career is over? Just like that? We are running into the problem you see with video games sometimes, where our nominally extremely experienced protagonist needs help having the most basic of basics re-video game gameplay mechanics explained to them. After all, you're comparing me to Germany in World War II. Being compared to Germany in World War II is never good news. Don't be so hasty, Edric. This isn't the end of your career. This is a natural part of a pitcher's career. Some get over it. Others are Dontrell Willis. Never go full Dontrell Willis. What do? I don't want to be Dontrell Willis. I wouldn't wish that fate upon my worst enemy. You're gonna have to learn to throw a new pitch, or learn to throw your slider a new way. Game 7 of the World Series is tomorrow. I don't have time to do any of that. Then I don't know what to tell you, Edric. Coach puts you in the game tomorrow, you'll only have your fastball. I can get out with just my fastball. But can you strike out Carlos Rodriguez with just a fastball? I don't know, I thought it was going alright. The machine? Hell no. If I go up there, throw nothing but heat, he'll make his home run tonight look like a pop-up. Then we're gonna have to fix you tonight, aren't we? Can't just learn a new pitch in 24 hours. That sounds like some sort of interesting idea for a work of fiction. Oh, come on, Edric. You ever say do the right thing? That old movie happens in less than 24 hours. Wait. Really? That's right. Well, I guess if racism can be solved in 24 hours, then anything is possible. We did it! We solved racism! Turns out the answer was 24. You have an unbelievably optimistic reading of Do the Right Thing. Gonna need that optimism right now, though, so I won't dispute your view of the film. You know, they do say the author is dead. So, what do? First, we should have a chat with Coach. Then we'll get started with your training. Moose joined the party. It's not gonna have updated anyone's speechification. Moose knows the fastball, the slider, a changeup, and a nuclear curve. And we have a meatball. pitching coach for New York, never won a Cy Young or World Series, but absolutely should be Hall of... Good layout. Anything in these lockers? No. Anything in this jersey? Anything on TV? No. Sorry, I was distracted looking at things. Got a lot of noise showing your face in my office right now. This is Joe Randall, New York's manager. Most days he's a reasonable fellow. Even though I was only a rookie, he was willing to make me the closer less than a month after I was called up. In hindsight, that may not have been a good idea. Some people in the media called it a rash decision. Some people in the media called it a rash decision. They thought the job should have gone to an experienced pitcher. There were a couple of guys in the bullpen who could have been considered. They weren't exactly old-timers, but they've been pitching for a few years. Coach Randall knew what he was in me, though. Called it lightning in a bottle. Lightning is fleeting. Flashes across the sky in an instant and is gone before you even know you've seen it. Coach was right about me, but in the worst way. And you should have gone into poetry. Wasted throwing balls at people. You're just gonna stare at me like I shouldn't be furious with you? This time game is just gonna be me doing an increasingly intense series of New York accents, isn't it? Calm down, Joe. Fucking with the kid's head isn't gonna fix him. Well, most what will fix him. Extra reps in the gym, better scouting, electroshock therapy, waterboarding. I'm really not feeling good about where these suggestions are going. You're not injured, so we can't drop you from the roster. And I'm willing to do anything to make you useful before tomorrow. Anything. Anything. That's what I was hoping to talk to you about. We'd like permission to go on an epic quest to remake Erdrick as a pitcher before tomorrow's game. An epic quest. I mean, it worked for the last guy to be called Erdrick. I mean, he didn't get any better at baseball, I don't think, but you know, it's the spirit of the thing. We may get sidetracked onto a journey of deeply personal re-examination, or even a voyage to the darkest crevices of existential mystery. I got no problem with the epic quest, and the journey of personal re-examination might be helpful for both of yous. But Erdrick, you have a clause in your contract forbidding contact with existential mystery. Well, dang. There's my ability to help out here. Really? Our owner writes that into the contracts now? Of course he does. I know what happened when Alex Rodriguez started reading Nietzsche and drinking mezcal. Those were a wild few weeks. I barely remember them. Got a tattoo of Ganesh, Hindu deity of new beginnings, and I still can't find it on my body. Good times. Good times. Well, times at least. I didn't need to know that. So, we're good to go? All clear on the quest and the journey, but we need to steer clear of existential mystery. Please. Oh, go along now. I'll be back before the 9th inning tomorrow, we might need ya. So there we have it. We are on a quest. Was that door there before? I don't think it was, actually. Carl Everett all over again. Look, Erdrick, you even made Moose talk about Carl Everett again. He was gonna do that anyway. Yeah, pretty much. Darn you, Carl Everett. Will we never be free of the scourge you have impressed upon the human race? I stuff my face with pizza, it's the only thing that keeps the pain away. Pretty much just served it up on a platter. Oi! Oi! I don't want to talk to you right now, Erdrick. That's funny. I don't want to talk to me either. I'm gonna go outside. Okay, you ready to go? Where are we going? Out to the bullpen. And then wherever fate takes us. Aren't we always going wherever fate takes us? Don't you get smart with me, young man! I already know about pitching. I've been pitching for several months in the major leagues. I mean, I know I talk like an abject rookie, and I only know 2 moves, and I'm level 1, with no experience. Okay, that's true, but I still think I should show you what you need to know. Things have changed. You don't have your slider anymore. We should start over from scratch. When you're ready, step onto the mound. It's the small patch of dirt closest to— I know what a pitching mound is! God, even I know that one. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Should probably talk about saving your game. You stop with the babying? I've been the closer for a while. I know about saving games. I just didn't have any before now because I was doing a challenge run. It's not what I mean. I'm talking about saving the state of the game so that you can pick it up again later. Still not following. Just go to the menu and select Save Game. That way there's a record of everything you've accomplished that you can return to. Anytime you enter a pitching matchup or any other kind of battle, there are all sorts of ways you can fuck up and end the game, so save often. Wait, so you're telling me that I can use this save game to rewind time? Why didn't you tell me this before I faced the machine? I could have saved my game and tried again after it hit the HR off of me. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't? Why the hell not? Look, you shouldn't think about it too much. It's really not something to dwell on. You're telling me there is some kind of mechanism for time travel, suspending and rewinding the flow of time, and I shouldn't dwell on it? You could use that to get away with a moida. Maria, if you're still there, the reason I haven't talked to you is because I'm not convinced you aren't a bot yet. Yes. You know who thought about too much about save games? Rick Ankiel. What? No way, really? Ankiel was nervous about making his first career playoff start, so Tony La Russa took him aside and explained the whole concept to him. Oh, you know what happened next. Like, couldn't Ankiel just load up his save game and try again until he pitched better? He did. Multiple times. He threw 5 wild pitches in 1 inning. You're saying that what we saw was his best attempted inning? That's why you don't think about saved games too much. You know, I don't think that's how it works, actually. What's wrong, Erdrick? We weren't just talking about existential mystery, were we? I won't tell the coach if you won't. Use the A or escape key. Clearly there is no more convenient way of going about this. Hey, Mooks. Mooks thinks I can help ya. Let's get this over with. You think your baseball career is in trouble? I'm a bullpen catcher. I don't even actually play in real games. Oh, that's very sad for you. Hey, I'm gonna go throw some balls at you now. Okay, now it's time to talk about pitching. Are we really going to go over pitching 101 again? Yes, you need it. Right now, because your slider turned into a meatball, you don't have many pitches. In fact, you only have one pitch. Fastball. What about the meatball? Maybe I can trick a hitter with it, lure him into a false sense of security. Get a little marinara sauce on his nice uniform. Maybe that'll work if the hitter is a small child. A small child with attention deficit disorder. The good news is that almost all small children have attention deficit disorder these days. Watch out, Beisbaw. Erdrick may not be able to pitch like he used to, but he's gonna dominate the league with his attempts at topical humor. They aren't topical anymore because I'm playing this game in friggin' 2024 like a mook. The hell's wrong with me? Not even a chuckle? Sorry, I lost my sense of humor in the war. I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my knuckles. I pot his nails, it ain't hard to tell. Break him down whether they're solid or frail, and however the heck else that song goes. Anyway, my point is that you probably shouldn't be pitching to anyone just yet. Not until we teach you a new pitch. Then, what are we doing here? Well, story-wise, this is really the only place for a tutorial section. What do you mean by tutorial section? Wait, that's not the most important question. What do you mean by story-wise? People only accept dull explanations of gameplay mechanics at the very beginning. It's kinda like how the other boring stuff about genealogy is stuffed into the early parts of the Book of Genesis. Clearly, they're exactly the same. After halfway through the Book of Judges, and suddenly you have to read about the Jebusites, Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, and the Arkacites, the Sinites, and most of the fucking Hamathites. Why don't you stop reading the Bible? I really don't think that the Book of Judges is particularly exciting as it is. That's because you're a Philistine. Not a proper Philistine, of course, but a Philistine in the colloquial sense. Not that you would know the difference, as you have just demonstrated. Wow, roasted. I'm lost. Then we should get back to pitching. When you're pitching against a batter outside of a baseball game, you can't rely on your defense to bail you out. You are on your own. That means you need to strike out the hitter or lose. Got that? We're simplifying things for the bit the game is focused on. To do that, you will have to fool them. Every pitch has the chance of tricking the hitter into looking for that pitch on subsequent at-bats. Once a hitter is looking for a pitch, you have to throw a diametrically opposed pitch, and that's a sure strike. Diametric? This isn't about that crazy number racket they use to measure shit in Canada, is it? The metric system? No, but you should probably learn that too. Man, our guy's kinda dumb. What I'm saying is that if a batter is expecting one pitch, if you throw a very different pitch, you're sure to strike. Yeah, I knew that already. When the guy at the plate was looking fastball, I'd throw my slider, and when he was looking for the slider, you'd still throw the slider. Because until today, no one could see it. I feel like I did things pretty well already, thank you. Yeah. Threw one slider in the entirety of last game. Alright, I'm gonna pitch to Robertson here, show you how it's done. Well, Robertson emerged. This is the most menacing baseball theme I've ever heard. Alright, what are we thinking? Let's try the same approach we did last time. Yeah. Strike one. The batter swung right through the heat. The hitter is now looking for a fastball. Then I will throw my change-up. Strike 2! The batter got out in front of that pitch and just missed the change-up. They didn't say change the tension, but I'm gonna throw a knuckle curve just in case. Strike 3, you're out. The knuckle curve completely fools the batter. Holy shit, coach, that's totally unfair. What's the point of throwing that pitch? Edric isn't gonna learn anything if you're just trying to make me look silly. Sorry, you're right, I just can't help myself. Moose struck him out. We did it. One more time, just to make sure you know what you're doing when the time comes. I don't see how this is really helping. We have a ton of pitches and I just have one. Oh, be quiet, I'm having fun. Boop. Alright, Jack. That is your real name. Have a slider. Ball 1. The hitter lays off the slider as it dives out of the strike zone. Ball 2. And hit him with the changeup. Moose just missed with that changeup. The hitter is now looking for a changeup, so we go for the fastball. Didn't say he changed. Easy enough. Make sense to you? I mean, I feel like if you needed a tutorial, it would have been more complicated than this. This is a choice menu. Sometimes you're gonna have to make difficult choices about how to proceed. God damn it, I don't want to have to make difficult choices. Can't even make up my mind at a buffet table. Pizza? Fried chicken? Meatloaf? Usually I end up piling it all up on my plate because I'm afraid I might regret my pick once I get back to the table. Adric, you're getting dangerously close to existentialism again. Yeah, we're gonna need to talk to the trainer and the nutritionist about that. So, do you get how pitching works? I already did. Good. Well, there are a couple things. Sure, ask away. What's up with the items command on the pitching menu? Pitching won't solve all your problems. Remember early in the season when you had that boil the size of a quarter on your... That's so loud, I told you to keep that quiet. Anyway, you weren't gonna pitch your way out of that problem. Sometimes you'll be faced with enemies and obstacles that will require an item. If you don't have that item, throwing all the fastballs in the world won't get anything done. Where will I find these items? Oh, it's up to you. Okay, one more question. When I go to the menu, it tells me how much money I have. Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe I'll have to buy something, like maybe an item of some sort, just to throw that out there. It's not my question. I want to know why I don't have any money. Pretty sure I had $20 before the game. That's simple, Erdrick. Fiat money, cash, has no actual value. It's just paper that as a society we've arbitrarily decided can be used as an intermediary to exchange and trade. Whoa. Holy shit, you're right. Wait, what? No, I'm not. That was a joke. No, you're totally right. The value of money is entirely an illusion. It's not just paper money. The money I have in the bank is nothing but a number. The concept stored on some computer somewhere that doesn't mean anything. It is literally only as valuable as society agrees it is. Yeah, but if you try to act like that number is different, the police will literally murder you. And the worst part is the government can just print more of it. No, even more frightening. can just make the numbers in their own bank account go up. It's not that simple. Slow down there, I was just... Oh god, and when people start to figure out that money is objectively worthless, they will move their garbage currency for stable investments, which will only serve to devalue the dollar more. Moose, this is awful, we have to do something. You can tell this game's from 2015 because this isn't going to end in a joke about crypto. Calm down, Erdrick, it's just a joke. Fiat currency is actually sound economic policy. But cash only has the value we give it, and we give it that value for no reason. It's true of all sorts of things. You listen to me because you have assigned me value as your coach. I don't really have any more power over you than any other person. You come to work and get paid because of the arbitrary validity that you, the team, and society assign to your contracts. There's no objective power in your contract, just the power we choose to give it. Oh. I guess you're right. Start questioning the legitimacy of the power society assigns to things. The rabbit hole never ends. That doesn't explain why you don't have my $20. Yeah, I borrowed that to grab some pizza for dinner. What? Dick? You had me doubting the foundations of society because you borrowed money without telling me? Street vendor I like doesn't take credit card. Tell me next time. God. Was it at least good pizza? Guess we'll never know, because Stefan over there keeps eating the whole thing before we get any of it. Will do. Ready to go? Yeah. Where are we going? If you're gonna teach me a new pitch, wouldn't it make the most sense to just stay right here? Yeah, that might work if we had the whole off-season, but we don't. No, we're gonna have to take drastic measures if we want to have you ready for tomorrow. You're gonna have to do crossword puzzles. Fuck that. Fuck that. Don't take that tone of voice with me. I outrank you. But you see, chat, he doesn't. He just admitted that himself. His value to this team is totally arbitrary. Why not? You sound crazy right now. We have less than 24 hours and you want to do crossword puzzles. Listen, kid, I was telling pitching coaches fuck that when you were in diapers. Once I was so mad at Mike Flanagan that I told him to shit in the pie pan and bake for Christmas dinner. Now it's in the middle of July. You know why he didn't have me demoted to AAA on the spot? You unwittingly guessed his fetish? What? Oh, God no, it was because I was good. You know why I was good? Because I did crossword puzzles. Really? Would I lie to you? You just did like 2 minutes ago. I wouldn't lie about this. Crossword puzzles are an incredibly powerful tool of mental exercise. Well, if you say so. So I'll go back to my locker and grab my iPad. Now there are all sorts of free crossword puzzles online, though if you have suggestions. Electronic crosswords. Over my dead body. You know, this game is getting very slightly lol random. You're not making this easy. It's not supposed to be easy, that's the point. The only proper way to do a crossword puzzle is on paper with an ink pen. Hey, my mother? Oh, fine. I've been having any blank crossword puzzles lying around? Of course not. I don't just leave them unfinished. Or even worse, unstarted. So we're screwed. It's the middle of the night. We'll have to wait until morning to buy fresh crossword puzzles. I don't want to waste that time. Don't worry, I know a place. Great. Last time you suggested a bar, I ended up choking back cigar smoke and listening to jazz for like an hour. It's an all-night bookstore down in the hub. An all-night bookstore, eh? Now I'm interested. You know, I didn't expect that Edric knew how to read. It's not that kind of all-night bookstore. It's a secret enclave of East Coast intellectuals that also happens to sell books and collections of crossword puzzles. An intellectual all-night bookstore, eh? Well, I do like chicks with glasses. It's not that kind of all-night bookstore! Now that I think about it, they probably won't even let you in. Alright, if it really is our only hub, I'll go to a regular bookstore. Just this one time. Well, when you're ready, we'll head out. Any dialogue? Nope. And we will leave. So, just like that, they left the stadium and got on the subway. I wanted to change clothes before we went out in public. I knew that people would recognize me if I was wearing my uniform. The last thing I wanted was to be recognized. Because of me, the best case scenario was that the city would have to wait one more day for its championship. Minor spelling mistake. Worst case scenario? I'd cost New York the World Series. Someone out there would want my blood. Someone would want to make me pay. Someone would want to confront me in some sort of random encounter. Most said there wasn't time, so I braved the dangerous subway car in my pinstripes. Fortunately, no one tried to kill me. Got a number of dirty stares, and one guy called me something you're not allowed to say anymore. He and Moose got into an argument about the use of that word, and somehow he had distracted the man enough to keep him from beating me until I was. Oh, come on, did you hear anything I said on the subway, Erdrick? Something about normalization? Shit, I don't know. That was Moose. He was always trying to improve people even when they didn't want it. Guess on that night I had to appreciate it. Alright, we're here. Bookstore is the building on the left. Like I warned you, it won't be easy to get in. They're a selective bunch. Bookstore can afford to be selective these days. Let's shop and let's go. See, it's funny because bookstores are all dying. Why are you all wearing baseball outfits? Fuck, you see the game tonight? Erdrick imploded. Fucking imploded. Wait, you look familiar. Any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles down here? Nope. No traffic either. Wait, you're Erdrick. You just blew the World Series. Oh, great. Gotta cross the correct position. Don't know what this is. This is a bench. This is a street sign. Erdrick. Oh my god. Can't even look at you right now. Hey kid, wanna learn a new pitch? Yes, actually, that's why we're here. This is amazing, Moose. I had no idea it would be this easy. I don't trust this guy. Nah, bro, it's simple. You just smear some Vaseline on the ball and suddenly it's moving around all crazy like. That's a spitball. It's an illegal pitch. That stopped Gaylord Perry, Don Drysdale, Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers put Vaseline on his fried chicken? Not that Kenny Rogers. I think it was that Kenny Rogers, actually. You don't want to do this, Erdrick. If you throw a spitball, you'll be branded cheater for the rest of your career. Fuck that, I'm not a cheater. Fuck that, I'm not a cheater. That's the spirit, Erdrick. I will play with a clean conscience, and you are walking in the street. What is wrong with you? Is that jazz bar they were talking about earlier? Baseball fans, eh? How would you think that? You're both wearing jerseys. Huh, fair enough. Game tonight was fucked up. If we have the lead tomorrow night, they better leave Erdrick on the bench where he belongs. I don't know about that. You can't just go sit in your best relief pitcher because of one bad pitch. That wasn't just one bad pitch, that was the goddamn World Series. World Series doesn't stop a pitcher from making a bad pitch. It can happen at any time. Sometimes you lose your grip on the ball. Sometimes you trip on the mound. Suddenly, sometimes your best pitch is actually very hittable, and suddenly everyone can... Let's go, Erdrick. Wait, did he say Erdrick? What do you want? Maybe we shouldn't draw too much attention to ourselves. I will talk to as many NPCs as I damn well please, thank you. That's my jam. See the game tonight? Terrible. Just terrible. No, I don't disagree. Give me a drink, bartender. I need to sneeze. Okay, better now. What can I get you? Beer and a plate of nachos, please. We don't have time for drinking, Erdrick. No, I think right now is a pretty good time for drinking. If you're interested, we're having a trivia night. Sign-ups are just about to close. Trivia night, eh? So we don't have time for a beer and a few nachos, but we do have time to participate in a trivia contest. Let's be fair, you're gonna eat a lot more than a few nachos. Hey, do I go around judging your life? The top prize for the trivia night is the first edition copy of Thomas Pynchon's seminal novel, Gravity's Rainbow. Oh, wow. I can't wait to not read that. A book? That's a terrible prize. Why not just make me take a class or something? I think we should participate. Of course you do. Gravity's Rainbow is an important work of fiction, and you never know when a first edition will come in handy. Never! How would a first edition book ever come in handy? You never know. Can we head next door and get this crossword puzzle thing over with first? Sign-ups will be closed by then. Fine, we'll do it. Alright, the entrance fee is $20. We don't have any money on us. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, the way things are going, we can find $20 in the next building by, I don't know, killing rats in the basement or something. No, we don't need to do that. I have a plan. Bartender, do you know who my friend is? He's Erdrick, the closer who just blew Game 6 of the World Series. Shit, Erdrick, I thought I recognized you. You look smaller than you do on television, more chibi-fied. Great. Here's the deal. You cover our entrance fee and we don't win. The winner gets to punch Erdrick in the face. What? Sounds like a good deal. I'm sure we'll get a few more teams to sign up if they're playing for the chance to rough up Erdrick a little. I don't agree to this. I don't agree to this. Listen, we're not gonna lose. Player's just gonna cheat and look up all the answers on the internet because they're probably gonna be super dated anyway. How do you know that? Done a lot of trivia nights in my time and I've never lost one. But if this is the first time, I'm going to get punched in the face. Yeah, being punched in the face isn't that bad. If we lose and you have to get punched in the face, then you can punch me in the face. I mean, that will make me feel better, but I don't see how it gets us any closer to our goal. And we'll just need to win the trivia competition, we'll never have to go down this dark path. Fine, if you really think we need this book, I'll do it. We better win. Once we were entered, we found our table prepared for the game. The bar filled up and the bartender passed out the scorecards. I'd never done this before, but Moose was an old pro. He took the lead on most of the questions, but would occasionally ask for my input. Alright, Adric, you might know this one. What artist is best known for The Night Watch? I said I was gonna do it, and I'm doing it. Alright, Rembrandts. Rembrandts. I don't know how to spell it. It spelled like the toothpaste. That's close enough. Yeah, correct. That's probably what the question's looking for, though I can't help but disagree with how it is phrased. Fuck you. Alright, next question. What movie did Paul Newman receive his first Academy Award? First Academy Award, 1959, Best Actor, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. No. The Academy Award he won was for The Color of Money. Color of Money? You're right, I think that is what the question is looking for. But I admit it isn't quite right. Seriously, I don't think this bar is taking its trivia night very seriously. Alright, next up. What is the only man-made object visible from space? Great Wall of China. Yeah, I suppose that's what they're looking for. I mean, it's not necessarily true, but it's accepted, at least by people who don't know better. There really aren't any man-made objects visible from space. That's without going into how vague space is. But we'll go with that, it's the safe answer. Alright, last question. Who invaded Spain in the 8th century? The Moops. The correct answer is the Moops. It's no Moops. Sure about that? The answer has to be the Moors. Moops? Moors. Moops. There's no Moops, you idiot. Thankfully, I'm the one in control of the answer sheet. Moops. Alright, that's it. Let's turn on our answer sheet. Boy, I can't wait to see how bullshit this is. Answer sheet's been reviewed and judged. The winner is Moose and Airdrick. Eat shit. Welcome to the internet, jackasses. Yes! They win this first edition copy of Gravity's Rainbow. Oh, I forgot. No, one was a book. This is a very rare book, and it might come in handy. If you say so. Adric received a copy of Gravity's Rainbow. Screaming comes across the sky. It has happened before, but there's nothing to compare to now. It is too late. The evacuation of the Alright, chat. I hope you feel incredibly educated. What am I doing? I don't have time for this. You will finish the book, and you will goddamn like it. You need to learn how to read. At some point, it's an important life skill. Moose learn. Come on, finish it, finish it. Dang it. Way to go, guys. I didn't expect two baseball players to end up with the best answer sheet. This was a terrible trivia night and you should be ashamed of yourself. What the hell, Moose? Just telling it like it is, those were bad questions. Can't believe you won. I was really looking forward to punching you in the face. Be a bit less dramatic, will ya? Did you get that question about particle physics correct? Are you some kind of wizard? Yeah, a mathemagician! Whoa. Damn it, I knew I recognized you. Better not fuck up in Game 7. No promises. Hold up, Edric. Something's not right. I know. We just spent almost an hour doing trivia in a bar and we're only theoretically closer to fixing my slider. It's not what I mean, just wait a moment. I recognize that walk-up music. Walk-up music. Most teams allow a batter to pick the song that plays when he steps to the plate. Surprised you never noticed it, given that you have been pitching professionally for several years. See, it's funny because they pointed out the flaw in their own writing. It's not why I'm confused. We're in the middle of this street. There shouldn't be any walk-up music. Oh shit, a walk-up. Hey there, losers. Fuck, it's the machine. Carlos Rodriguez. What are you doing here? Isn't every day I get to break the spirit of an entire city? But of course, I didn't do that alone. Did I, Erdrick? Oh, he's so delightfully evil. Guess I was just curious what two you were up to. Apparently out for a drink. How'd you know we were here? Were you stalking us? How quaint. I'm waiting until tomorrow to drink. That's when we're gonna pop the champagne. You know, because we'll have won the World Series. I got what you meant, yeah. And it will be all thanks to you, won't it? Down to your last strike. Shut up. You really thought your slider was untouchable, didn't you? You thought that a frisbee pitch like that would make you king of the world. Shut up. Oh, what? You're gonna throw another meatball my way? You never answered my question. Why are you here, Rodriguez? If you wanted to waste your time trying to get into a pitcher's head, wouldn't it make more sense to go after tomorrow's starter? The only way you're facing Erdrick is if your team is down in the 9th inning. Seems like it would be more productive to go after a pitcher you know you're gonna face. I wouldn't be so sure about any of that. You checked ESPN lately? Looked at your Twitter feed? Why would we do any of that? We've been busy. The media is calling for your head, Erdrick. Don't be so sure you'll be the closer tomorrow. What? No. Coach wouldn't do that, not after just one bad pitch. No way. I'm right, aren't I, Moose? Silence betrays him, Erdrick. Why isn't he agreeing with you? Why isn't he defending you? Stop it, Rodriguez. Stop it right now. Defensive. Interesting. Wanna fight, Rodriguez? You've gotta fight. Moose, what are you doing? I think the old man is going to try to pitch to me. Oh, this is delightful. Moose, you can't! He's the reigning NL MVP! You haven't faced anyone like him in years! Don't worry, Edric. I know what I'm doing. Rodriguez is just a bully. I'll show him how a Hall of Fame pitcher handles a bully. You're not in the Hall of Fame. Well, I should be. I see no universe where this ends poorly. God, I want to try so badly. Start with the fastball. Strike one. Didn't change it up yet. Strike two. It's not losing it yet. We are pitching like garbage today. You think you have me right where you want me, don't you? 2 strikes, Rodriguez. Even you have to know the odds are against you. Just like they were against me earlier tonight when I was facing Edric. Just like the odds were against Carl Everett when... Don't you say that name to me! You're so easily exploited. It still bothers you, doesn't it? So close to a perfect game. I bet when he stepped to the plate you were certain it would happen. It was a perfect game. You never expect something like that. There have been less than 24 in the history of baseball. It's just trivia I know off the top of my head. No one likes to show off. Maybe you can't expect it going in, but once you're 1 out away... 1 strike away... You're not gonna get to me like this, Rodriguez. I'm a student of baseball history. I know that a perfect game is incredibly rare and mostly just a matter of chance. Not gonna get upset about losing something most pitchers never even come close to. But you're not most pitchers, Moose. That at-bat against Carl Everett was a microcosm of your entire career. Never won a World Series, never received a Cy Young Award. That wasn't your only near no-hitter. So good. But just not good enough. If you just managed to push 1 more strike past Everett, you would have been something special. A member of that elite club. But you couldn't even fool a man who doesn't believe in dinosaurs. That's enough! Oh, you fool. You absolute buffoon. You utter doofus. You ding-a-ling. Well, I guess that's it. Fuck! Who could have possibly seen this coming? Oh man, I think I hit that one out of New York State! Why are we on a baseball field? When did we get here? Well, that's that. How? You just crushed my knuckle curve. Not much of a pitch, if I say so myself. And I do. I don't know what to say. You're old. You're rusty. That's all there is to say. Well, my work here is done. Hey, you get back here. I'll have you know we're trivia champs. It's okay, Erdrick. He's gone now. What do you think that was about? He's right. I'm old. I'm washed up. Even when I wasn't, I was nothing special. Being to detect a recurring theme here. Fuck that. Unless Rodriguez is just trying to get under your skin. He's just fucking with you. I don't care if he hit a home run off me tonight or if he's the second coming of Ted fucking Williams. He's got no right to talk shit like that. You're one of the best pitchers of the 90s and double O's. 270 fucking wins. Wins really aren't the best way to evaluate a pitcher. I mean, he's right, but he's kind of undermining my point here. I know that, and I don't care. The point is that you're a goddamn legend. I'd be lucky if future baseball historians even talk about him in the same breath as you. They're trying to derail us from our quest to find a pitch that can strike him out tomorrow. Thanks, Erdrick. You're right. We should hurry up and move along. The longer I stand here moping, the more we play into his hand. Spitball guy is still there. Let's run down the streets. And then one other building in this entire area. And one that has a door, at least. Well. Move along. This isn't a place for you. Hold up there, you recognize me, right? Moose? Shit, that is you. Sorry about that, I couldn't see you behind this meathead. It's because you're wearing shitty glasses. Hey, what did you call me? Settle down, Erdrick, you didn't mean anything by it. He just insulted you, why do you gotta take it so personally? Like hell I didn't. Who's this guy, Moose? He's a friend. Pitches for New York. I assume you'd know all about him by now, but with everything that happened tonight. I don't watch sports. Oh, you're lost. Can we come in? You can come in, but this guy has to stay outside. He hasn't paid his dues. Come on now, don't be ridiculous. Do you know how much money I've spent in this bookstore? The rules are the rules. Only members may enter. Okay, how do I become a member? You must donate a rare book to the collection. It's simple, really. Almost like a Chekhov's gun of some sort. Where the hell am I gonna find a rare book at this hour? Weird, because this is the only non-adult bookstore that's open at this hour. Wait, will you accept a rare adult magazine? No. Fuck. Do we really need to do this? You know who I am, and this is Erdrick. He's the closer for New York, and he really needs to get inside. Ah, so you're a pitcher like Moose. Well, I'll make it easy on you then. Strike me out and I will let you into the store. You're the gatekeeper to a weird, obscure bookstore. This should be easy. Tempting fate, tempting fate, tempting fate. Not so fast, Erdrick. All you have is your fastball. This might not be as easy as you think. Are you kidding? If he figures out that you can only throw a fastball, then you're in trouble. Sure, you can strike him out, but trying to do so would be a risk. We should investigate other options first. So what do you think? Are you ready to pitch? If you're gonna do this, you should save your game. This should go bad. So you ready? Good thing I know exactly how to do this. Here, I have a first edition copy of Gravity's Rainbow. Will this let me get in the store? Where did you get that? Actually, it was in the bar next. I don't care. This is perfectly acceptable. Go right ahead. That was easy. Well, I guess that's that. Enjoy the bookstore. Enjoy a bookstore? Huh. You are such a doofus. Not now, Erdrick. That was fun. This one is slightly different from the rest. Man, I'm a genius. Change your name? No. Thank you, Dancing Rat, for the offer, however. Very cool. Keep the crossword puzzles behind the counter. Just like the good stuff. Stop it! Such a weirdo. Hey Moose, what's up? Should have talked with the guy outside. He wasn't gonna let me and my friend into the store. Yeah, that's no way to run a business. Let me handle this, Erdrick. My point is that we're on something of a deadline and your employee put us in a difficult spot. I would, in fact, like to talk to the manager. Sorry about that. He gets pretty zealous about the rules. Anyway, we need your most recent New York Times crossword collection. I'm gonna start him off with the Times? Seems a bit of a nuclear option. I do not like hearing an awkward silence right now. Did you hear me? We're in a hurry. We're all sort out of crossword books. Are you kidding me? It's the strangest thing. The guy came in and just bought every single crossword book in the store. He's wearing a baseball uniform too, with a red cap. Carlos Rodriguez! So that's what he was doing here. He must have known what we were planning to do. Somehow. Hold up, are you trying to tell me that Rodriguez knew we were going to use crossword puzzles to help me learn a new pitch? And moreover, that we were headed to this very bookstore and that he could thwart us by purchasing all the books before we could get here? Yes. Fuck. I know, this is very problematic. What do we do now? You're thinking about doing electronic crosswords again, aren't you? Get them for free on my iPad. It won't work. How do we go back to the stadium and actually work on my pitching mechanics? Listen, we had to work hard to get in here, so I think we should take a look around. Might be something else that can help. Really? You think so? Fucking Carlos Rodriguez, man. Place is rather strange, isn't it? And what's upstairs? And the rest is silence. Oh mate, what you got here? Rather see anyone back here. Most people who shop here prefer to read at home rather than in the store. Oh fuck. I knew this was coming, but it only just now dawned on me. I don't think I can do an accent without choking myself on stream. And nope. Nope, not even gonna bother trying. Who are you? My name's Moose. I'm the pitching coach for the New York board. I'm not interested anymore. Hey, you can't talk to Moose like that. His name's Moose. Now that he's here, this is a room with a moose. I can't. What a bizarre choice of words. It's fascinating that you believe there is something innate in either yourself or Mr. Moose here that would render me incapable of speaking my mind. Perhaps due to your inborn physical gifts, you have been pampered and catered to throughout your entire lives. Those around you are so enamored with your talent that they suppress their critical opinions of you, leaving you unable to hand dissent. The hell do you think you are? Slavoj Zizek. The philosopher? No. No. Does it really matter what I define myself as? Is that so important to you that you would question me on how I perceive my own self? Yes, it doesn't really matter. I should go, Moose. My head is hurting from all the thinking I'm starting to do. Yeah, that seems like a problem you have a lot. Good! Thinking is bad for you. It only leads to other things that are bad for you, like acting and so on and so on. Wait a second, Edric Zizek might be able to help us. Really? What does he know about baseball? Baseball? What do I know about baseball? I know that it is a game, and that it is a game with rules. Therefore, it is death. Baseball is death. It is oversimplifying things quite a bit. No, in fact, it is making things far too complicated, but I can see how you would not see that. Really? You think this guy can help us? He's one of the preeminent thinkers of our time. It'd be foolish to ignore his presence. It was to say that I want to help you. What would be the point? You seek advancement, but I know that advancement is an illusion. We do not advance as individuals. We merely stand still while the world moves backwards. Adric gave up a game-winning home run tonight. He needs to learn a new pitch by tomorrow. Why? Game 7 of the World Series. So you wish to create a new form of pitching for yourself so that you might overcome those who've defeated your other forms. Something like that. Never mind that creation is a fruitless endeavor. God botched the act of creation. Who are we to think we can do better? Still, I'm interested. The question remains, are you interested? Of course I'm interested. If I have to pitch tomorrow, I need something to mix in with my fastball or I'm toast. Mixing and toasting. Start, you fixate on food. Items that you prepare and consume. Equal parts birth and death. You know, I'm beginning to suspect that the creator of this game didn't actually read much Slavoj Zizek. Fascinating. You seem pretty fucking fixated on death. Ah, turnabouts. I approve, though is it not true to say that we are all fixated on death? Show me that you are truly interested in proceeding, and I will assist. Since you are a man of games, we will play a game. Sort of game. Tic-tac-toe. So, here we are on a true battlefield. This is not the dusty wasteland of the American armies, struggling in vain to feed oxygen through the respirator of dying imperialism. Nor is this the black and white nonsense of chess, which attempts to validate atrocities with intellectualism. This is the canvas upon which true conflict between men can be wrought. This is tic-tac-toe, and why are there only 4 squares instead of 9? Simple, my friend. And if you don't already understand, I can't begin to explain. I will go first. Dang, I thought it would be that easy. Fascinating. You have truly made me wonder with this move. Now I will make my own. Oh, look at that. I have 2 in a row. Looks like I win. Hey, wait a minute, that's not... Care to try again? Excellent. I will go first. But thou must care to try again. Dragon Quest jokes. Oh, we gave up a copy of Gravity's Rainbow. I already marked this spot. Can't mark it too. Oh, look at that. I suppose you are wiser than I first believed. You realized that I had changed the rules of the game to make it impossible for you to win. Thus, to defeat me, the only thing that you could do was to change the rules yourself. Bravo. Now it is I who cannot win unless I change the rules once more. Even then, you can just change them back and so on and so on. Yes, we get it, thank you. Truly now we can only come to a draw. Well, you see, we have both agreed to change the rules which govern the rules, and now there is anarchy in which anything goes. The game's bullshit. Exactly. The game is always bullshit. What's the point of this? The point, my friend, is that simply by agreeing to play a game in which there are rules, you have already lost. But by playing a game where there are no rules, we haven't won either. That's silly. Rules, even the oldest game, are not handed down from on high. They are devised by men, and men seek advantages from other men. You must always ask yourself, who is it that made these rules, and who is it that benefits from them? Well, I'm pretty sure whoever made the rules of baseball is dead, so there's that. Ah, you are still thinking too small. Never mind, I will help you think bigger. Or at least shrink the universe so that your thoughts seem larger. So, you're gonna help us after all. I will try to open your eyes, but I will not cut off your eyelids. It's great news, Edric. The help of a philosopher like Zizek will is far more substantial than a few crossword puzzles. So we're making progress. I knew we could do it. Yeah, I'm just finally starting to feel like we're on the way up. So what's the plan? Let's fucking talk. Well, I'm feeling much better about everything now that we have Slavar Zizek helping out. We need to focus. The goal is for Edric to learn a new pitch. Let's recover his slider for one more day. Slider? So this is all about tiny hamburgers. You know, I was thinking about making that joke, but I thought I was too good for that. Also, this library is suddenly very large. I have a recipe, but it requires a certain hot pepper only available in the year 1992. Slider is a type of pitch. You know. He's a baseball player. Ah, yes, baseball. I briefly forgot. I was too busy thinking about God. I was thinking we could go back and watch a video of famous pitchers to inspire us. Or now that you're with us, you could point us to a Hegelian text that will give us a clue on how to deconstruct Edric's pitching style. While that is tempting, and I could spend all night listing off Hegelian texts you should read, I do not believe it will be helpful. Thank fucking God. You see, while we require dense Marxist tracts in order to find the truth, we must seek the truth in other places. What's the difference between the truth and the truth? 2 instances of the shift key. Everything and nothing. The truth makes itself much more apparent in the low arts. If you wish to understand the je ne sais quoi of this American psyche, you do not read Saul Kripke, you read Nora Roberts. You do not watch the films of Matthew Barney, you watch the films of Michael Bay. So you're saying we should watch Bad Boys too? No, well, yes, but not now. Edric, what is the lowest art you can think of? Jersey Shore? That's easy, midget movies. Midget is, not the proper term, Edric. She's wrong all around. The correct answer is this. The lowest form of art is video games. What is the lowest form of video game? Don't say midget games, don't say midget games, don't say midget games! Eroge. The Japanese erotic visual novel. Hey man, I don't even like sex, and I thought Magical was worth the price of admission. They are but flimsy pretexts for graphic displays of cartoon nudity, framed in poorly written juvenile romance stories. I do not like where this is going. So you ask me, Zizek, what does this have to do with pitching, or baseball, or anything of any relevance? Well, while destiny is fake, it has nevertheless brought us together at a convenient time. I am in possession of one of these god-awful pieces of dreck. Care to enlighten us as to why? And I believe that you will find it useful for reasons other than masturbatory. So fascinating, but am I the only one who notices the never-ending hallway we're in? It is symbolic. Surely, what is life but a never-ending hallway? Surely you do not anticipate the end so much that you hurry to reach it. If you say so. So you think we need to play an X-rated Japanese visual novel to help Airdrek? The greatest of insights come from the lowest of arts. Once I convinced a suicidal man to embrace its existence by compelling him to listen to the greatest hits of Britney Spears. You do not understand the value of your own heartbeat until you are overwhelmed by the steady thumb of insipid pop. It is like the tick-tock of the devil's clock, and it forces you to keep living, if only to provide an alternate rhythm to the universe. Oh, a Britney Spears joke. I can't believe this is such a good idea on my part. I think we should do it, Moose. It's the worst thing that could happen. I haven't seen any cartoon breasts in, like, 3 days. Okay, then it is decided. But there is one more thing we must discuss if I am to join you. I do not approach my problems like you and Moose. You're not a pitcher, and thus I cannot use baseballs to overcome obstacles. Sounds like a personal failing. Rather, I use critique to deconstruct ideas. And my enemies. Critique? Like when you go to a restaurant and the soup is only warm, so you go on Yelp and write a review saying the food is pedestrian. You can totally do that too. I should kill you. Okay then. No, you should. I'd pay good money to see that. Currently, I can only use 2 types of critique. We may learn more as we continue our journey. What's the difference between the two? You would not understand, but I will try to explain. You're not saying anything. Exactly. I will demonstrate by examining the concept of irony. The concept of irony emerged. Here it comes. Kantian and Marxist. Well, I do prefer Marx. Let's start with that. Irony takes multiple forms and can be used to either subvert or bolster the ruling class. Irony is both of the following. The poor man stealing from the rich man, such as Robin Hood of legend. It is typically the rich who steal from the poor. But irony is also the cynical, or cynical, rejection of this subversion as legend rather than ideal to aspire to. I say we embrace irony. Irony is a tool to be used like a hammer which can be brought to build the factories of the people or crush their legs before they rise in oppression. Perhaps if we consider that moral behavior is rational behavior, we can understand the fundamental flaws of irony. Truly, it must be both immoral and irrational to appreciate, in any fashion, the failure of the universe to organize itself in a proper manner. Celebrating incongruous results from the entropic machine we call reality only encourages entropy. We think we are smart, but we are not nearly as clever as the gilded gears of capital. I don't know, I feel like I'm fairly smarter than Capital. And I feel like most things are smarter than Capital. Capital's kinda dumb. We are led to believe that we live in a post-ideological society, that the conflicts of the past have been resolved. The true irony is that obeying the law is more of a crime than disobeying it. Except murder. Murder is still illegal. Please don't murder people. At least don't do it in my district. Such a statement can be both irony and truth. Looks easy to me. Looks easy? Are you kidding? You were just, like, talking. I can do that. Let's just move on and pretend that you've never said anything. And so, like that, Slavoj Zizek joined our team. Seemed like a strange man, and I didn't feel entirely comfortable with his plan to help me by playing an erotic Japanese video game, but we were running out of choices. Importantly, we were running out of time. The machine had somehow gotten wind of Moose's idea to fix me using crossword puzzles and foiled us before we could even begin. As we traveled to Zizek's house, the clock struck 12. It was midnight, and for all of Moose's optimism, I still hadn't even begun to learn a new pitch. Normally I would never be caught dead playing a fucked up Japanese video game, but if someone as smart as Zizek thought it was what I needed, I was willing to swallow my pride and choke back disgust. Game, I am beginning to detect an inconsistency in your sense of humor. Well, here we are. When you are ready to play, just approach the computer. If you want something to eat, just check the refrigerator. I, however, am losing sensation in my vocal cords, so I think I'm gonna tap out for the moment. This was, without question, a video game. Jesus Christ, my throat is actually really scratchy. Good night, everybody.